Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Skullgirls Be Gr8. This is an audio test. We will be starting soon. Please let me know if any of the commentators this week are a little too loud or a little too quiet. We want all of us to be about equally as loud, and the game should be just barely audible. If there are any recommendations that you would like to provide, please feel free to do so. We want the stream to be just perfect for you. Hey there, Doc. It is I, DJ Crank. I sound fine. More like I sound fire. I don't know. Look, I'm trying to be hip and happening, but like DJ is not a hip and happening term. DJs are a thing of the past. Hey there, Simos. How's it going? Good old Dry Trap stopping by. Hey there, Alan. Got a whole squad showing up. How many people are in the bracket? 7. More than I expected. Pretty cool. Can we get one more? Can we get a full 8 people in round 1? That would be pretty dope. Just saying. Yeah. I tweeted about this a while ago, but like it's kind of weird because I'm starting to understand that like all the jank things that happen in Skullgirls like satisfy the same parts of my brain and release the same amount of dopamine as like whenever I'm playing a mystery tournament. I'm starting to think that this shit just don't make no sense, and I'm okay with that. Hey there, Swagger, thank you so much for the subscription. As a reminder, we are a non-profit stream. All contributions, such as donation and subscription money, goes straight towards funding and increasing the prize pool for the prize pool tournament at the end of every month. Thank you for supporting the SGC. Your money is going straight towards them. Hello, hero. What else do we got going on? I am painfully tired. I don't know why. 2 days in a row, I got more than 3 hours of sleep at night. I'm tired. Cool. That REM rebound. Locking in hard. Do you get the same amount from Prime subscriptions? Let me try that again. You get the same amount from Prime subscriptions. I have no idea. I legitimately just look at how much money I've made and add that much, add like close, like I don't know, like all but like $30 of it to the prize pool. The remaining $30 is subsidized by me by an additional $20 that comes out of my pocket to make the base prize pool. And that's implying that I ever get more than like $5 a month anyway. But it builds. You know what I'm saying? Oh, damn. I don't blame you. Supposed to start matches now? Oh, not yet. Waiting for call for. I'll explain that in a second. The following people have not checked in: Dr. Doc and Grey Arsenic. If you are participating today and you are either Dr. Doc or Grey Arsenic, please check in. Just go to the challenge page. There should be a giant button that says check in now. To answer your question, Turk Toss, basically how it works is Twitch, I'm sure if I wanted to find out what the breakdown of the money was, would tell me, but I never look at that. Twitch tells me the total amount I made in a month, and then I just add that to the prize pool tournament. What else? Hero, I'm doing okay. Definitely be better, but can't complain too much. Things are okay. What else? Refresh this. Dr. Doc, come on, I know you're here. Where are you? You've been doing this for like 3 weeks in a row now. What's going on? I keep falling asleep. Sleepy boy. He always shows up like a half an hour into the tournament. It's like, well, damn. Missed it, my guy. Insomnia is contagious over the internet. I mean, if insomnia was contagious, then he wouldn't be sleeping. Where am I? Who wakes up at 5 minutes before the event? Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I don't know where Doc is. He went rogue again. I'm gonna type one thing and then we should be good to go. Okay. Like, you were literally here less than an hour ago. Like, literally 40 minutes ago, man. Come on. What you doing? Process checking results, and I'm gonna do seeding things. Wait, did Doc make it? I did not check Doc in. I did not check Doc in. Did he make it? Doc checked in. Aw, yeah, let's go. Knew I could count on you. I did not know I could count on you. I actually gave up hope. Alright. Actually, how does this look? feel mean. I'm gonna keep shuffling. Give me a second. Or okay. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, feel free to refresh your challenge page. You may go ahead and do that. I don't know. And you'll see the up-to-date brackets. For those guys who are new here, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody, welcome to Skullgirls Be Gr8. We are a standard Skullgirls tournament. Look at chat. What am I looking at? Which chat? Which chat? Can KJ join? Yes. Alright, for those guys who are not new here, y'all know that if you want to communicate logistics with me, type it in the Steam group chat. But I'll get to that in a second. Does KJ want to join? I can shove him in last second. Wait, do we want to do that? Can KJ say a thing to tell me he wants in? They said they can't play. Okay, alright. False alarm. Alright, lady. Everybody, welcome to Skullgirls Be Gr8. What we do here is we're a standardized Skullgirls tournament. We follow the same rules that majors do. That means double elimination, best 3 out of 5, all the way through from beginning to end. In terms of streaming status, there'll be 2 sets per round on winner's side on stream until losers round 4. Losers round 4 and onward will also be on stream. So after losers round 4, everyone will be on stream. There is no banned tech anymore. If you are participating today, please join the Steam group chat. You can find the Steam group chat by typing !BG8 chat into Twitch chat. Provides a link to the group chat. Please do not leave this chat until you have been fully eliminated from this tournament. That means you have lost twice. Please stay in here because this is how I will find you. This is how your opponents will find you. This is how you will communicate about questions or logistics or any sort of confusion with me. If there are lag issues, etc., like talk to me there. If you have to run, talk to me there. That's what it's for. I hate Steam group chat, don't get me wrong, but it's the least cluttered place and, like, honestly the best medium to do it just because it's a lot easier to join other people's lobbies with it. So, unfortunately, you guys are gonna have to deal with it. What else do we got? What else do we got? I think we're ready to go. Oh, yeah. So for those, also, more information for those guys who are new to Skullgirls Be Gr8. For the first 3 weeks of the month, we do randomized seeding. It is completely randomized, zero collusion. And the 4th week of the month is a prize pool tournament, and depending on how you performed in the previous 3 weeks, you'll be seated higher in the final week of the season, and you will have a higher chance of getting money. It is a free entry tournament. It is open to everybody, so it doesn't mean it's a free win, but it can be. I don't know. It's money. Let's get started. Well, okay, alright. So, absolutely zero collusion, but in the file of zero collusion was, damn, I feel bad because I make Graham Sandwich fight JP a little bit too often. Let's calm that down a little bit. So I had to keep on shuffling, you know? Hey, it's randomized seating. Hey, man, what can I tell you, Dry Eyes? I don't know. Dry Trap? I don't know. You beat JP last time in bracket. In loser side, yeah. That is true. In all seriousness, you guys act like I thought this through. I did not. I just kept on hitting the shuffle button until, like, 3 of the 4 people I thought were the best contenders for this tournament were in the top half, and that was about it. Yes, the rest of y'all got screwed. I don't know what else to say. Is someone communicating? They were communicating bad news. That is A-okay. Fine by me. Who needs friends? Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get started. I should, like, stop using that phrase. I kind of feel bad every time I use that phrase. I know it's like a cliched phrase, but it's like an outdated phrase at this point. Let's start the tournament. Grey Arsenic versus Dr. Duck. We're gonna go ahead and get them first on stream. Everyone in round 2, please sit tight. I have not decided who will be on stream for round 2, so please do not play your matches just yet. Just enjoy the show. Grey Arsenic versus Dr. Doc. I did not switch the overlay. Grey Arsenic is already over here. Doc, it's all on you. EMH, you're too tired and too laggy to play. Sad times. Lobby link? Absolutely. I think this is the lobby link. This is probably the lobby link. See if that works. Hey, wait a minute. Were Steam links always, like, hyperlinked in the stream chat? Is that new? Because the Steam lobby link is, like, hyperlinked now. Yeah, you just noticed that as well. That's new, right? Hey! Literally the only thing that does not hyperlink the Steam URL is Steam itself. What the fuck? Why? Why are you like this, Steam? Terractoss says it's not for them. I don't know. Maybe you can hit Control F5 and because you have like an old version cached. I have no idea, man. But I see it and it's wild. All right, here we are. You're on the chair. You're not on the chair anymore. Who needs the chair? We got giant arms. We don't need chair. Let's do some damage. Up. 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 Okay. Right off of that, that's 0 and Dizzy, because, you know, fair and balanced. I don't know, I think that combo could have done a little bit more damage. What the actual fuck? When will I get used to this? When will I get used to seeing Bayoban do damage? Will that happen? Yes, I am talking about the game. Hey there, Hydra. Wow. There and alright, so. Okay. You're being combo. It's kind of a tough situation because I don't know how Val works, but like getting out of this corner situation, especially as Valentine, is not exactly the easiest situation. Oh, nice use of the backdash. The backdash is a flippy jump thing. Valentine, which sets her airborne, which means she can't be grounded grab. Cool thing. I think if you, there's like a series of inputs where it's like if you type tap back forward or whatever, it's like a shortcut for it. You like jump backwards, you're airborne, then you get an air dash, so you get an IAD. It's sort of. It's not really an IAD. It's like a weird Morgan dash. It's kind of cool. Could have used that maybe to escape at it with a funny angle, but like as soon as Beowulf picked up that chair, that funny angle was more or less covered. Crank, when I get eliminated, let me commentate. Why do you want to commentate? I mean, I can. I don't know. Probably not. Not yet. You've always wanted to try it. Alright. There's a line, and I haven't been accepting new commentators for a while. Like, the next one on the list is, what's his face? Don Hibiki. He's been asking to commentate for such a long time. Everyone will want to commentate. The thing is, like, it's like a... It's been 3 years since this happened, but we used to be a little bit more generous with who we allow on commentary, but we had to tighten it up because someone who is very not okay got on commentary and was pretty rude and like not exactly great for the stream. And don't get me wrong, I have no doubt, Doc, that you're a chill guy. That's not my point. My point is, like, I don't want to go through the vetting process that we now do to let people on the stream. And I make it sound like it's a big deal. Like, it's like, oh shit, this is a vetting process. You gotta submit your resume. No. It's like you chill in a call with us for like 15 minutes and we see if you're a cool person, and that's about it. You tried commentating with Jupiter and that was fun? If you do want to submit a commentary reel, and by commentary reel I mean just like timestamp a bit of you commentating, like I can definitely use that to judge if I want you commentating or not. Like I said, if we ever do let a third-person commentary thing happen, or like what's a new commentator happen, then we're gonna get Don Hibiki first. After Don Hibiki, it might be free reign, so you might be able to get in then like Graham or Doc, etc. Okay, says use a 3-stream block stream, ends on medium, good stuff. Mediums are pseudo safe, not plus, but well, I mean, there's gotta be a medium that's plus out there. I don't trust that. All right. I'm going to use the jumping hard punch without the chair, which of course is a grab. If you land into a grab stance and then use up a bit of damage in. Go for an IAD that is unreactable. People say it's reactable. It's not. Do that. Pick him up. Slam him down. Yeah, Wolf Shoot pressure is always tough to deal with. So, I mean, that was actually a pretty good call because like already Dr. Doc had gone for overhead multiple times in that situation, and you have to assume that either they're gonna block standing or they're just gonna block in general, right? Like they're afraid at this point. Mixing in a command grab Wolf Shoot right there is like a really smart idea. After the third hit or so block string, it is technically reactable, maybe. I don't know. It's not often you get to see Wolf Shoot react to. Alright, gonna get the penguin. The win is legitimized. Let's go. Doc is up 2-0. Now, Great Arsenic is not out of it yet. He still's got another chance. He has to win 3 games in a row. It's gonna be tough. It's not an easy matchup, not by any means. For each of those characters, like literally all those characters besides Ban, like Squiggly for sure struggles a little bit, and Valentine doesn't have too many positive matchups in general. It's just kind of tough to play her. It is double elimination, of course, so no matter who loses this, they're not out of the tournament yet. So do not fret, it's not elimination match. It is the start of the 3rd round. Let's go. Calling out the little man. Good old George. Walking by. Using dive kick to avoid the chair toss. Very risky, because your hitbox is really big during dive kick. Alright, ending on a silver cord that is pseudo-safe if you're like point blank to them. Like, it can be punished, but it's like tough. Alright, cool. Elf was not able to punish, but was able to escape. Able to get a nice hit confirm, turn things around, and put Squiggly in the corner. Now, Squiggly really struggles here. If she has punch charge, she has 1 DP chance. But in general, she just has a really tough time escaping. Like, what is she gonna do? Like, she can try to aim and push for a, like, LM SBO and then go into Knife Super. But it's tough. And with that A-Train assist, I mean, like, this is the combination, right? This is the God combination. Like, AoE of A-Train does so much damage. This is insane. Ooh, build up that hype. Oh, wow, actually drops it. Nice tech from Arsenic, but unfortunately they put themselves back in the corner. They're pressing buttons in the other direction. They could have built up some space, tried to throw out a couple scalpels while they, like, regained themselves and, like, done a bit of a game plan. Ended up happening anyway, so that's kind of cool. Not just giving them a chance. Flying out the gigantic arm. Set up an item because they have time because of the wall splat. Lets them use Beam Super, then they can drop the item and use another Beam Super. For those guys who don't know, Painwheel has the highest like base combo damage in the game, and like doing shit like that is what lets that happen. Painwheel, the zoner, has the highest damage in the game. This game is so weird. Hey there, Clawmaster, how's it going? Takes a lot of work to get to a certain point. Yeah, I mean, Peacock's one of the hardest characters in the game, if not the hardest character in the game. But she's also the best. So it's like, if you play the hardest character in the game, you get rewarded pretty handily. That's kind of nice, you know? Really fun and balanced. See, now you're getting the hang of this. You understand. I mean, we can't talk about fun and balanced, honestly, when we have someone named Pet Shop in the in the chat. Pet Shop is banned, right? Is Pet Shop legal? Because I heard Pet Shop is banned in like a lot of tournaments. Yeah, he's banned. Understandable. Unfortunate. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to round 2. Round 2 on stream, we're gonna go ahead and get Your Local Dunce versus Turgtos, followed by Simos versus Aluk. A-L-U-C? I don't know how you want me to say their name. Just let me know how you want me to say your name at some point, or I'll just keep calling you Aluk. Aluk? Aluk. Yeah, sure. That means JP, Doc, Graham Sandwich, and Dry Trap should be playing off-stream right now. It also means that Great Arsenic, sit tight, because as soon as Graham Sandwich versus Dry Trap finishes, you will have your opponent, so make sure you are ready to play your match as soon as it is available. Loser bracket tends to fall behind, so we want to make sure that you guys are playing your matches as soon as they are ready to play them. But like I said, we're going to go in block order. We're going to get Turgtos versus Your Local Dunce, Simos versus Aluk, on standby, so sit tight. Yeah. Alright, ready to go. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Hold up back? No. Good luck, hold down back, mash beat extend. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Local dunce with Fortune on point, followed or back with Parasol. Good stuff. Turk Toss playing the solo Philia. I mean, when Philia gets her game going, like, she's so fast. She's such a monster. And really, that damage boost that she gets from being solo is such a cool decision. But Fortune's pretty much the master of, like, being in your face all over the place, cracking you open and getting you into the corner. And once you're in the corner, like, I mean, your local dunce is not playing headless, which is kind of a shame, because, like, that means he's basically playing, like, a third of the character. But when you're playing headless, like, it's great. Like, you're playing a third of the character, and she's already, like, really, really confident. But then as soon as you start playing headless, you just kind of win, right? Like, if you have your opponent in the corner, and you are headless, Fortune, against them, there's a chance that you might just win the game. Like, it's just that tough to deal with. And you got to see it a little bit. Unfortunately, Yolkins let Turk Toss escape in that situation. Or fortunately, if you guys are on Turk Toss's side. But, like, it would be kind of cool if we got to see that kind of pressure. People who are really, really well known for set play into corner into headless is, like, I mean, there's lots of people, honestly, but Full Bleed is the biggest one. Full Bleed is the guy who, it's like almost single-handedly was his game plan, and it worked so well. It worked really, really well. You got a hit confirm, did level 1 super, got the sliding knockdown into the corner, did head roll while your opponent was in a sliding knockdown state, and had corner OTK. It was great. CJ of EA long time not seeing your streams. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you have returned. Enjoy the show. Main reason why Pet Shop is banned is because the damage output with one combo can take about 3/4 of your health bar, and that he can fly anywhere on the map. Yeah, the flying part is the annoying part. It's like, oh, by the way, not only can you never ever touch me, you also die if you get hit by anything. It's pretty great. Are you excited for Annie? That's good to hear. Unfortunately, there have been a few setbacks. So, I mean, if you want to keep your day full of jolly, just know that Annie's still coming, but there have been things that have been happening that may hold her back. This time tier pressure was a little bit too tough to deal with. So actually, this is something you have to like watch Wing Zero do. Like I think it was 2017 top 4 at Combo Breaker, where all top 4 players were playing the solo. Wing was making Philia do work. His movement is unparalleled, or was unparalleled. He might have fallen off a little bit lately, but his movement used to be completely unparalleled, and like that single-handedly can carry a Philia like all the way. So being able to weave and bait out tiers and like get into small gaps like that is such an essential skill. Yolkadun's really trying to force Turk Toss to have it mastered, otherwise they're gone. Alright. Oh, actually didn't link. Got a counter hit out of it. I'm not sure exactly what Turk Toss was mashing. Turk Toss wasn't mashing a DP or Gregor. Both of those would work in that situation. Actually, it's kind of a trend we've been noticing for a while now. Turk Toss is kind of respecting your local nuns a little bit too much. I mean, it's tough to, like, it's especially tough when you're fighting like, a Fortune, right? A headless Fortune in fact. So that's like, what do you do? Like, mashing here is always so scary. But showing your opponent that much respect is just kind of letting that meter build up and then not really go anywhere. Yeah, you don't use it in neutral. Use it in reversal, you know? Use it in escape. Being able to manage your reversal is so essential. That's kind of why a lot of characters... It's the check and balance of some characters, where some characters have just such a shit reversal. But if they had a real reversal, it would be real, real bad. Because they would just win all the time. Alright. Good stuff. Well done. So we'll be moving on. Terktos, do not give up hope. You can build up your momentum. You can warm up your fingers. Make it through loser's side. You do have a second life. Sit tight. Your dreams may yet come true. Simos versus Alec are up next. Hop on in. I mean, to be fair, like, this game has Guilty Gear references up the ass. Fortune and Robo Fortune, like Kai and Robo Kai, obviously Filia Milia. Big Band E-Break is literally what Potemkin does. Like, Potemkin has, like, the... I don't even know what it's actually called. I just called it E-Break always. Like... This game... You can tell that Mike has quite the love for Guilty Gear Accent Core. The move is Hammerfall. Well, what's the E-break of it called? Like, that move is Hammerfall, but, like, it's... What's the, like, canceling it midway called? Hammerfall break. I'm not sure if that's clever or not. Like, it makes me appreciate Band's E-break a little bit more. I think it's clever. I think it's pretty clever. Good stuff. We're still waiting on Simos versus Alec. I don't know where they are. Are they looking for a lobby link? Lobby link is in the Steam group chat, in case you guys are looking for it. Just saying. Stupid chat system that no one likes. Still has the stuff. We are waiting on... Alright, let me hunt down these players. What the heck? Alright, well, I don't know who Sailmoss is, so Alec might get a bye. Who is Sailmoss? Is it Sailmoss or Salmon? Simos. It's Simos. What are we waiting on? So the next match is Alec versus Simos. Alec is in Discord. I see them there. They should also get in. So I'm waiting for them to click that link. Simos, I have no idea who that is. If I actually probably know who that is, but not off the top of my memory. I feel like I've seen that person. Who do I main in Guilty Gear? Jam. I main Jam. And specifically in Accent Core. In the future games, like, I still technically main Jam, but I just don't like the game. The game just feels so much more slow and dumbed down. I shouldn't say dumbed down. The game has its own set of complex plays, but it's been more... I almost said gentrified. That's, like, not the right word. It's been more generalized. Like, people have a lot more universal tools, and a lot of the things that made characters unique and, like, made character versus matchup interactions, like, really, really interesting, it's really, really missing in the Xrd series. It's different, and different is bad. There you go. You get it. You understand me. Slow and dumbed down is how I describe Smash after crying in Skullgirls. That's actually why I stopped playing competitive Smash. I was gonna take Smash 5 really, really competitively, but along with several problems I had with the game, it just wasn't the game I wanted to play. Also, the person who said he would give me $8,000 if I won a tournament backed out of his deal when he saw me winning. So, fuck that guy. Yeah, I guess I technically stopped for several reasons. I mostly just missed 4. Like, Smash 4 was so... It had such interesting neutral, and it was very, very fun to play. Smash 5 neutral went out the fucking window. Penny! Hello. How's it going? Alright, Alec, congratulations, you get a bye. Simos is MIA. I have no idea. Wait, hold on. I have one more chance of finding Simos. No. Moss? No. I have no idea who Simos is. Thank you for signing up. I appreciate it. I really wish we could get you here on stream, but I have no idea who you are. And I gave you a couple of minutes. I don't know. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to give Alec the bye. Simos has been defeated. Alright, Dry Trap versus Grey Arsenic, please play your match. Turk Toss versus Dr. Donk, please play your match. Whoever between Dry Trap and Grey Arsenic who fights Simos, let me know and we'll give him another minute. Let me know when you are waiting for your opponent. Meanwhile, we're going to go in block order and go ahead and get the next matches on stream. We're going to get Alec versus Graham Sandwich. Alec is already here. Good stuff. Followed by JP versus Your Local Dunce. So JP versus Your Local Dunce, you guys are on deck. Sit tight. The new TFT came out, so I'm chilling while I mess with that. Yeah. Good shit. I guess. Yes? I don't know. Like, is it fun new? Like, is everything out the window and no one knows what they're doing? Or is it, like, kinda new, where they, like, swapped out 5 of the characters or something? Ooh, completely different. Alright, well, that sounds kind of exciting. Nothing's the same anymore! Different is scary! I would like to be competitive in Melee with Ganon. With Ganon. Well, I mean, you're not going to be competitive in Melee if you're playing Ganon. It's the unfortunate truth. You can try and be as good with Ganon as you want, but if you're playing Ganon in Melee, you're probably not competitive. If you want to do it after stream, yeah, absolutely. I'm down. Why not? I don't embarrass myself enough while playing TFT, so I lose really, really fast, and I get to work on my stuff while hanging out with my friends. So that's strictly a positive to me. You can be competitive in Ultimate with Ganon. Sort of. Like, you'll win tournaments. His matchups are still really bad, and the game hasn't evolved nearly enough to really, like, stuff Ganon down. So, like, even his good, or even the matchups that he's bad in, like, he'll still win. Like, it's a 50-50 pretty much. Can never pick up competitive Melee because I keep seeing the same characters. Yeah. It's pretty diverse at this point. Alec, we're still waiting for you to ready up. Please ready up. I don't know what's going on. TFT god. Damn straight you are. Wait, is it registered in my head that you're talking about Teamfight Tactics and not League of Legends of... not Legends of Runeterra? Like someone help, what is Legends of Runeterra? Riot Hearthstone? I was good. Okay, I'm not even joking. I was literally thinking in my head that sounds like a League of Legends card game, but like that's not a real thing. Oh no, it's a real thing. I mean, all right. Okay, define actually good. Like what do you mean by good? Like does it like it working is not good? Is it like mechanically what makes it interesting? Because if they have like some like what's it called? Like hero abilities, like Hearthstone did, that's immediately a bad sign. If they don't got win condition cards, like, that's a bad sign. You have to play with against. Oh wait a minute, I've played this game. Wait a minute, Sam tried to make me play this game. Here I was thinking it didn't exist, and I've literally played the game. There are no hero powers or anything, yeah. I didn't like it because there was no mill. I mean, that's not true. That's not the only reason I didn't like it. I didn't like it because the win conditions were bland at the time I played it, but they might have added new cards that made it cool. The art in it is what made it amazing. Like, I respected the art in it a lot. That's what you said. Alright, you said kind of mill last time too, and it wasn't mill at all. Is Teemo deck kinda mill? Like, actually? I don't know where I am. What's going on? Okay. We got Ban coming in. Downtime going low, catching both characters. That's so good. That's what I would say, but then we used an unsafe bypass. Unfortunate. Actually, that wasn't unsafe. You didn't get countered. Oh, you used the light bypass. I don't know. Light bypass is the only one that's safe? Question mark? It's definitely not plus. Safe.
I think we got it.
Mao is mill. Alright, so Graham Sandwich is up 1 game. All the champs are different. I mean, that's cool. I'll look into it, but like I remember being relatively underwhelmed. But like that was because I was still playing through the tutorial. Like I didn't see any of the real cards yet. Like I just kind of was playing through the tutorial and was kind of underwhelmed. But who knows? Maybe they added a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna diss it because I haven't played it yet. I haven't played it for real yet, I should say. It's a great game. I played a lot of like Magic and Hearthstone and whatever, but I don't know. We'll see if this fancies my itch. Bypass super, get some damage on there. Sit tight. I respect it. Calling out Saw assist full screen, pretending it's beam. To be honest, I expected the beam to come out. Though I know you run Saw. Ooh, okay. Went for the Morgan Dash, trying to get the knee to like cross up. Like you had to do a lot of that Morgan Dash just so you can like build up enough distance. Unfortunately, didn't work out. It's very likely you can make me a Yu-Gi-Oh! Mill deck that is half decent. I am excited, probably, but I'll play more like a combo thing. I want to hear it. Give me an elevator pitch at some point. I want to hear it out. Jumping medium punch cross under. Jumping medium punch the god button does literally anything and everything you want it to do. That stuff. There's a shame that every hit confirmed leads to like 7 damage. Oh my god, this is the good stuff. Oh no, it's not the good stuff. It's just full screen. Never mind. Could have done like 12k there, man. Then 1B and B would have killed. Ah! Yeah, I like scream internally and externally watching the light beam come out. I'm like, no! Right, you mill their deck when you special summon zombies. I assume you meant special summon. I like this. Okay. I just special summon like 4. Aww, yes. You pirate Yu-Gi-Oh! Why, dude, like, knockoff Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards have been a thing for how long? I don't know. I'm sure you could pirate Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. You wouldn't steal a card. You wouldn't. No, you wouldn't download a card. I haven't seen that commercial in a hot minute. Commercial? Propaganda? It's fine. I played Warhammer 40k with proxies. I used Q-tips instead of buying $40 figurines. Just fuck that. I am paying like $200 for a monolith. I would absolutely download card. Yeah, like fuck you. I would if I could. Be on the mic so I can show your SoundCloud. That's one reason not to put you on the mic on the most watched Skullgirls stream. This is, for those guys who do not know, apparently according to Twitch metrics, shouts to Clownmaster who woke me up to this, but apparently Skullgirls Get Great and Be Great are collectively the most watched Skullgirls stream. Congratulations for being a part of this family, where we We like podcast about Skullgirls sometimes in the background on Wednesdays, and on Saturdays we wholesomely try to invite you into the community and teach you how to play the game. Mass marketing, absolutely. Any rants about Toad? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You build a Sacred Beast deck that tops tournaments for $20? Really? Damn. I'm deadass in the channel though. Yeah, alright, fine. What's good?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a little quiet for me, so.
Y'all know the deal. Okay, SoundCloud.com/KenTheG. You know what it is. Alright.
Shit.
Holla at your boy. Show me some love.
I was legitimately expecting you to just leave after that.
I'm like, dude, that'd be lit if I did that shit. How tight would that shit be?
Some mic drop shit right there.
It's true. But yeah, I can stay for. I can't stay for the whole thing, but I can stay for a little.
Chill as long as you want. I don't care.
Or yeah. See, I know you don't. Just like it was like when Graham was like asking to commentate one time. I was like, yeah, you can like commentate whenever I'm like you know, hosting or whatever, because like I don't give a fuck, you know. And then he's like, but I won't let you play like if you're commentating, like, you know, that type of shit. And he's like, wow, you did it. I'm like, yeah, I make my own rules. I'm a fucking asshole. Do people really ask that often? You said like there's a bunch of people that have asked. I didn't even know. I wasn't even aware.
6 or 7 people that have asked. 3 of which were guaranteed to know. Like I was just not gonna say yes to that.
Yeah.
4 of them, I'm like, you guys have potential. Like I'd hang out with you and like see if you guys could do stuff. But what I really need, if I'm gonna get another commentator on board, is what I need is someone that's gonna A, stick around, and B, be able to stream, because we need more subs.
Yeah, I mean, you need more hosts. I like commentary. Like again, if I'm ever hosting and like y'all fucking ask me and like I know who you are, like I'll most likely say yes. Like as long as I like don't think you're super fucking annoying. Like that's kind of the only bar I have.
I was telling people earlier. I don't know if you were watching then, but I was telling people earlier, like our quote unquote vetting process is us chilling in a call with you for 30 minutes to see if you're a normal person.
Yeah, like we don't give a fuck about, like clearly we don't give a fuck about how much you know about the game. Like it's just pretty much like, can we get along with you? So like that's the only fucking, like, again, Graham, that's not a fucking qualifier. You talking about the game might disqualify you, my guy. This man's reading and listening comprehension skills. Like, how are you still in school, my guy? Like,
with Jupiter. Yeah, all right. We talked about that. So if you want to push over that commentary reel, like that'll help. But I'm like,
yeah. If you want to push me like $5, you know what I'm saying? See, like, Graham won me back the $5 too, so he's allowed. Also, so like, you know, we got.
By the way,
this shit.
JP versus You Local Dunce. You guys are up next on stream. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Also, Dry Trap. You have. Did Simos ever come back?
Damn, people ditching.
Simos signed up but didn't show up.
That like dead ass is like kind of annoying, honestly. Like
it's annoying because I don't know if they're like gone because they're using the bathroom or because they just actually forgot or something.
Yeah, I mean, like
waiting like 3 minutes, being like, all right, well, are you actually going? I don't know.
What I do is like if they're not called for stream match and like it's either when someone tells me they can't find them or I notice and then I at them and say like they have, you know, a minute or 2 minutes or whatever, and then, you know, after that they're DQ'd. Yeah, like that I at them in whatever, and then like, because I think that's pretty fair. Like, because in all honesty, like it's a reasonable expectation that you just like be ready at all times to like play. Like if you're signed up for a tournament, in my opinion, anyway. Has there ever been like, because there was like almost one guy who like ghosted Get Great enough times, right? That we're like, dude, like we're gonna just not let you sign up if you keep doing this, right?
There was one really early on, and there was one like 6 months into it who just would always sign up and then just not show up.
Yeah.
And there was one person who refused to sign up on their own and made me like try to make me sign up for them, like just like put their name in the thing every time. I'm just like, if you're not gonna. After I think like this 3rd time, I was just like, if you're not gonna fill out the sign up form, I'm just not gonna do this.
Yeah. Yeah. Another requirement for this stream is you be over the age of 5. You know, weird. I know, right? But you got to be able to wipe your own ass.
I couldn't do that at 5.
Yeah. Not shower though. That's not a requirement. If you know, you know. That's all I'll say.
Stage, long distance, like fighting above a ship. Don't let Graham come. I don't even know what people are responding to. That's fine.
This isn't a tag. Nah, to my knowledge, you shower unless have you told me you don't shower and you think I'm using that information against you? Because if you have, I've forgotten it. But also, why are you disclosing that information to me? I'm a stranger on the internet. I'm an adult stranger on the internet, man. You don't know what's going on in these streets.
Might as well be a baby to you, boomers.
To you, boomers. Man, the spelling.
I mean,
all day with the spelling on this, man. Like, for real,
If you actually want me to call you out, Graham, like, what I'll say is you somehow didn't know who Ryu was. I don't know if this is even true. Like, I've heard this.
You didn't know who Ryu is? What?
I thought, like I don't know who said. I think it was like Doc who said this or somebody. It's like someone in the Get Great Discord said this, but Graham Sandwich did not know who Ryu was.
Like Ryu, like the
tweet
Street Fighter
right now.
Like Street Fighter Ryu.
Feel free to link the tweet. Go ahead, Clanky.
But yeah,
what was the final score between Alec and Graham Sandwich?
Probably 3-0, I'm assuming. I caught the back end of one game. It looked pretty free. Also, JP playing team, I hate damage, I just realized. Oh no, actually no, there's no Robo. Mega Man DS's team is team I hate damage.
Rio. What are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me I'm pronouncing it wrong? Because I probably am.
It's not Rio, it's Ryu, but... Or if you're Seth Killian, it's Rue. But, Mr. Cross Hands himself.
If someone says Rio, I'm just gonna assume they're talking about King of Fighters.
If they say Rio, I'm assuming they're talking about the English dub of Shaman King.
Oh, hell.
Dude, that's that good shit. But like, so he doesn't know who like Ryu, like the Street Fighter protagonist is?
That's what I was reading. I don't actually know. I don't know this firsthand. It's not like I was gonna call with Graham and I'm like calling him out to abuse him. But like, I saw somewhere on Discord someone called him out for not knowing who Ryu is.
Jeez, that's crazy. Like, that's just like...
It just made me feel old, honestly. It's not. That's like less of a call out on Graham and just made me feel like, wow, like there's gonna be a generation that doesn't know what Ryu is. That's crazy.
I mean, like, that's just weird also, like, cause just like through, like, he's like a cultural, like, character, right? Like, Street Fighter's pretty big in, like, just normal society, like, as a concept, as a property. Like, it's not just an FGC thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what surprises me the most. Oh man, Dunster choked that fucking game.
It was like a, when I read it originally, there was like a, what's it called? Like I had an icon in mind where it's like, this is exactly like what Ryu is, like, to fighting games or like just cultural in general. Like, people who know who Ryu is, because like, that's the thing. It's like a... Fuck, I cannot remember it at all. Like, I don't want to say Mickey Mouse, because like it's obviously a shitty example, because everyone knows who Mickey Mouse is, because it transcends a single genre of video games.
Oh, did you know, apparently, like, at least this was true, like, back in 2016, I think? Like, apparently some survey, like, had identified that Pikachu was more recognizable than Mickey Mouse, like, worldwide.
That's godlike. That's awesome.
Yeah. But if you think about it, right, like, what, like, Mickey Mouse, like, fronted property has there been in a while, right? He's just, like, a Disney logo nowadays.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, that's not true. They've been, like, rehashing a lot of old stuff. Like, they're redoing, like, a lot of the old school animations and, like, tons of small skits. But it's not, like,
are there, like, new-ass, like... Yeah, are there, like, new-ass, like, Mickey Mouse, like, cartoons and shit, though? I
think so. Like, they're very different from what, like, classical stuff was, or even when they got into the colored Mickey Mouse stuff. Like, it's changed a lot since, like, back when I was, like, in middle school, for sure, but...
The newest narrative thing that Mickey Mouse has been a part of is Kingdom Hearts. True facts.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mickey Mouse is primarily a Kingdom Hearts character nowadays.
Oh yeah. He guest stars in Disney films.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse is primarily Sora's bitch in modern fucking media literacy.
Isn't Sora Mickey's bitch? I don't know.
Everyone's kind of Sora's bitch in that story.
Mickey Mouse laptop hierarchy. Oh, there we go, that's what I'm talking about. Isn't he Riku's? Where does the hierarchy stop?
That's true.
Spent a half an hour quizzing Sandwich Graham on fighting game characters. Dude named Geese Howard as Goose. Doesn't recognize Ryu and has no idea what anime games are. Can't recognize a single Marvel character. At this point, it's a gift.
Yeah, it's like he has to be like fucking like trolling you or like being sarcastic, right? Because like not knowing a Marvel character when Marvel's like currently the most identifiable like mass media brand on the planet right now is like that's like a young people thing, is like knowing Marvel characters, right? It used to be weird if you knew who Rocket Raccoon was.
You were culturally depraved as a child, but I mean like we're not talking about as a child. We're talking about right now. Like the last 10 years, I've been drowning in Marvel films. It's been the rage.
Yeah, if you can't name like if you don't know who like Captain America is, and like you are like born in 2003, like you say, that's incredibly strange.
Deprived.
Okay, nothing left to see here.
I couldn't name who Storm was? Oh my god. Alright. Okay, so wait, do you know any X-Men? Do you know Cyclops?
I assume he knows Wolverine. Right? I assume he knows Wolverine. Like he might not know like
Wolverine.
He might not know like yellow spandex Wolverine, maybe that, like. But I assume like if we show him a picture of Hugh Jackman with claws, he'd know who the fuck we're talking about.
Alright, yeah. See, you know who Wolverine is. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
All about Ghost Rider. Fuck Ghost Rider. And the only Fantastic Four that mattered was Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I really actually don't like Fantastic Four, even though I really like Doctor Doom. Like, Doctor Doom's the only good thing about Fantastic Four to me.
Probably my favorite character in all of Marvel, to be completely honest. I absolutely love Doctor Doom. He has some of the sickest lines.
Yeah, also that 1 second that Spider-Man was part of the Fantastic Four was kind of lit, but, like, other than that...
Yeah.
Like, when,
like, chastised for sitting in what's-his-face's chair.
Yeah, but like when he was like chilling, also that suit was fucking ill. His Fantastic Four suit was fucking fresh to death. But like when Reed Richards brings him like in the room with all the smart children, because like Reed Richards is a fucking asshole and like thinks he can only talk to fucking like genius alien children, and then like Spider-Man like contributes to the conversation. He's like, "You guys know I'm like a PhD scientist, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's just kind of ill."
Just a quick interjection. I'm gonna assume your local Dunce vs. Dry Trap is already happening in the background. Yeah, they're already at them. So I guess we just sit tight. What was the final score? Was JP versus Graham?
JP versus Graham hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't happened yet? I am so bad at this. Alright, JP versus Graham is happening now.
We just watched JP play.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was JP versus Graham. It was JP versus local Dunce just happened. I caught up. My brain understood afterwards.
No, I mean, like, I'm sure if, like, we showed you a picture of Guile, you'd be like, oh, yeah, I've seen that guy before, but, like, you wouldn't necessarily be like, that's Guile, like, he, like, is, like, the prototypical Charge character, like, you probably wouldn't know that shit. But, like, if we showed you a picture of Guile, you'd be like, yeah, or if we, like, played Guile's theme before you, you'd be like, oh, yeah, I've heard that on, like, shit before.
I know Tekken had that, like, major problem where it's, like, a lot of the culture would recognize characters from Tekken, like, especially Heihachi or King, but, like, no one would be able to name those characters or even what game they were from. So they had a ton of characters and no one knew who the fuck they were.
Yeah, I didn't have a PlayStation growing up, so I was just like, oh, Heihachi's like that dude that's on, like, or I'd be like, yeah, I've heard the name Heihachi, he's like that old dude that's on, like, PlayStation games and shit, right? Like, I didn't know they were fighting games, I didn't know, like, what the fuck they were.
I don't know who Stoheim is.
Yeah, me neither. I've watched through part 4 of JoJo's, and, like, I don't know, like, I watch it because, like, other people watch it and shit, but that show's, like, a solid 5 out of 10 for me.
I think it's fun for the cultural significance, especially, what's it called, the first, second, and third. Fourth and onward, it's, like, it starts to, like, move away a little bit.
The beginning of 1 I thought was cool, and, like, some parts of 2 I thought were cool, but, like, honestly, I had...
Like, 1 and 3 were fantastic, and 2 was just funny.
I really didn't like 3. Like, I thought it was actually kind of trash. 3 has been by far my least favorite of all of them.
The second half of 3 drags on. The first half of 3, I thought was like a solid pace. I kind of liked it. I guess I also had nostalgia for it, because I actually watched the OVAs when I was a little kid.
Okay, yeah. Like, JoJo's was just that thing that, like, I saw all the time in, like, Japanese media, because, like, you know, it's a really old shit, and, like, I read a lot of, like, Japanese Jump and shit as a kid. But, like, I was always like, what is this shit? And, like, I kind of knew that like Steel Ball Run was connected to it in some way and shit. Because also Kimyo no Boken is like kanji that I like still to this day can't read, so I was like, what the fuck does this say? I haven't watched any 5, but that theme song goes really hard.
I know the I don't know if it's the theme song of the show, but I know the what's it called theme song is actually really legit, like the main character's theme song.
Yeah, that one, that thing.
Yeah,
that shit goes in. Also, I heard the outro theme is Jodeci.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, okay, no, but it's all like classic rock shit. Jodeci's like a '90s like R&B boy band.
Well, I mean, if you think, like, if you actually go back and read the source material, like, they obviously couldn't do it in the new show, but like, all the source material, literally everything's a band reference. Like, every single stand is a band. Every single...
Yeah, and also like, the US names for everything are like trying to be like more legally just like safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the dude who's called like Jay Guile is just called Centerfold instead.
Yeah.
Which I think is really funny. But like,
also,
yeah,
like, because not for all of them, but for some of them, like if you play the actual like PS3 game, the fighter that first came out for the new JoJo, they'll in Japanese say the actual name of the band, but like the subtitles will just be horribly incorrect because like they have to like censor it in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, no, it's like that in the anime too. So like it'll like subtitle some people's names as a Monyata Zenyata or something, and then like literally you can hear them saying Oingo Boingo. Oh, weird fact. Oingo Boingo is what originally made Danny Elfman famous. I did not know that, because, like, again, being the age I am, I know Danny Elfman for very different things. But he was like, yeah, Danny Elfman, he's the dude who did all the music for Nightmare Before Christmas, and the music for the first 2 Sam Raimi Spider-Mans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's actually originally known for being, like, one half of Oingo Boingo. I didn't know that, and like I asked like some older coworkers of mine, I'm like, that's crazy, right? And they're like, maybe for you, I've never seen Nightmare Before Christmas. This is what I know Danny Elfman's name for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's a pretty common like internet contrarian take. I think yeah, like Spider-Man 2, like which I rewatched recently, is an insane movie. That movie's so good. But like I think the MCU is good.
I think the MCU one is fine. Maybe it's just nostalgia, but like I genuinely liked Tobey Maguire. Well, I had a debate about this with somebody, but it was like the Tobey Maguire was like a better Peter Parker, but the new Spider-Man is a better Spider-Man than.
I actually really don't think Tom Holland's that good as Spider-Man, but I'm also willing to be like, hey, it's like trying to be for kids that like I am not one anymore, but also I would also be willing to believe, like, this is actually just out of touch with everyone because it's made by fucking adults, so, like, that's like, all high school movies don't actually, like, accurately reflect high school life, you know? So, it could be either two completely contradicting, like, explanations. But, yeah, I don't know, like, I think, yeah, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1 and 2 are really fucking good, but I think the MCU is trying to just do different shit, and I think it largely succeeds at all of it. But I don't know. Like, I don't have a degree in like film studies or anything. My opinion on this means nothing.
One of my friends had me sign up for a film class with them as like a blow-off class for college. I remember like going in day one and like the teacher was being like a super. He was being like she was being super pretentious. She was like being like this is like super serious business and like how like film has shaped all of our culture and all this stuff and like if you're gonna be participating in this class, it's not gonna be like a joke. You're gonna be really looking into what made our history and with film and media and all this stuff. And if you're not ready for that, just walk out. And I literally just took my books and walked out. I was like, yeah, no, this is not for me. I'm not dealing with this shit. I don't have the time for this.
Dude, I took one film history class in college, and it was really cool. And like as I took it, he's like, "Yeah, I know this class is like really popular. It was like this class has been recently like featured on BuzzFeed apparently." Like, and he was like, "Yeah, like I know, but like he's like this class does have a significant amount of work, if not just the time investment of watching all these movies. But you do get to watch them in this like theater that we have on campus, so that's pretty cool. And like I'd like to think that the information is interesting. But this was cool. Like I like watched I watched Birth of a Nation like on my own time for the context of this class, but we watched the director's follow-up to Birth of a Nation called Intolerance, which was pretty interesting. Like just to learn like the context of like all that shit going on. But yeah, like Intolerance, like, and he's like, yeah, you're gonna he's like, you all know like the history of Birth of a Nation, like it's this terrible racist film, and then like. And there's like, and watch this like follow up to like that this guy like actually like wanted to prove that he like wasn't racist. So we made this film called Intolerance, and it's like one of the most incoherent movies you will ever watch. And that's how he prefaced it before we watched it. And I'm like, yeah, this is crazy. It tells like 4 different stories or something, like across like all these different time periods. It was so weird. But I also saw like Do the Right Thing, which is like I think one of the one of the most nuanced takes on like race relations in the U.S. like ever. Like that movie's awesome. Like we saw some really, really great movies in that class. Like I really liked it because it's a film history class, so you watch like things that are considered like the greats. You know what I mean?
Right, of course. Like, I mean, it's the point of the class.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not shitting on anyone that like likes that kind of stuff or likes that kind of class, but like for me, it just there is. I don't want to say value and humility, like that's not the right phrase for this, but like understanding that there were a lot of things that went into influencing that movie based on like historical context and vice versa, like understanding that the movie influenced the following historical context is important. Saying that like media or theater or anything like that like completely shaped history during this period is a very naive way to look at things, and just kind of like a way to catch your attention. I was like, I didn't want to learn from that. It was more of the teacher's attitude that I didn't like, not the actual material.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like there's times for different levels of like self-seriousness, and maybe like an intro level class in college probably isn't that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if that's like a level 300 class for like film majors, like yeah, maybe you can like kind of overstate the importance of film because it'll like help everyone feel like really valid in their life choices, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I totally get that. Yeah, it's like when people like. When professors in like series like 100 classes or like level 1 classes are just like way too serious about the material because they think it'll like make you like get into it more, I'm just like my eyes just like roll into the back of my fucking skull.
Yeah, it's like things are pretty cool on their own. Like you don't have to. Like there's a time and place for exaggeration and hyperbole, but like there's just the fact that like just seeing how literally everything that was happening in the world shaped a specific movie, and how that movie shaped what was happening afterwards without like going into way too much detail or saying like, oh, it shaped the next generation or whatever like that. Like it's very effective. Like it works. Like just being very clear about like this is what the movie did, like not overstating it or whatever, it has value. I don't know. Like when I see that, I'm just like, damn, like that's pretty cool. When someone says it's more than that, and it's just like, well, all right, come on, now you're just stretching it a little bit, and it actually just takes away from their original point.
Yeah, like honestly, like that class I took, like it was a film history class for sure. Like it like talked about like the evolving nature of like the the film business and like how we got film technology in the first place, like how motion pictures started, and like how we got to like Hollywood and like all this shit. But like in the background of all this is like pretty much like a social studies course.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, your local dunce versus Dr. Doc. You guys are up next, so Doc, we're waiting on you.
Oh wait, shit! This tournament's almost over. I can probably stay for the whole thing.
Hell yeah! So,
crazy.
1, 2, 3 to 4 more sets.
Yeah, damn. What'd you get? Like 4 people sign up?
No, we had 9.
Oh, just double DQ. Oh, a lot of 3-0s. Okay, so games are just going really fast.
Mm-hmm.
People just getting the shit kicked out of them.
I mean, actually, oh shit! It is actually only 8:12. It's only been an hour, whatever. Oh shit!
Right.
Wow, you're right.
Yeah, like insane, right?
I thought it was just because you like joined halfway through that it felt short, but like no, I think it's actually only been like an hour.
Yeah, I joined halfway through, like 30 minutes in. Like,
he's ready to watch spaghetti. Gonna get watched on stream, signed up. You have homework, watching stream instead of doing it. I mean, this is mostly a podcast anyway, so like, don't let us hold you back.
Yeah, it's true. Dude, we need the clout, dude. Like, let's start a real podcast.
Hell no.
and have like all like 3 people. Nah, you're the most watched Skullgirls stream on Twitch, man. Like you gotta get that clout, dude.
Like I've said this before, for anyone who doesn't know, like, and I'll say it again. Like, this stream is not like a passion project of mine. This stream is like a hobby for me. So like for those guys who are just like especially I know like the Clawmaster or a lot of other like big name streamers will just like reach out to me, or like big name I should say social media people reach out to me and be like, hey, why don't you do this, or hey, why don't you do that, and that'll help you out or whatever. It's like I'm not trying to grow. I'm just trying to be here for the community. Like I feel like the community for Skullgirls really needs some place that's like eases players into the rest of the community and also just helps them get into the game. And I feel like that was missing in Skullgirls, and I decided to fill that gap. So I'm here for you guys. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, like, and when I like do my personal streams, I'm very upfront about like the transactional nature at which I like view why I do it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm never gonna make a cent from like Twitch.tv. Like that's just how it is, So like, I'm very upfront about why I'm doing this.
Is what it is.
Yeah. If I could like make money from Twitch, hell yeah, I'd try. Like.
I'm finding this is not the way to do it, so, like...
Yeah, and if it was Skullgirls, it's definitely not the one. Like, if I really wanted to try, like, with a fighting game, I'd, like, be like, hey, like, watch me learn Tekken, or, like, hey, I'm playing Dragon Ball, and I'm, like, slightly above average at that game. Right? Like, that would, like, and I feel like just through, like, through people, like, randomly browsing Twitch, I'd get more viewers than I would at, like, any of my Skullgirls streams.
I know like YouTube's like a dead meme at this point, but like I have more ideas for YouTube series that I would consider passion projects than I do for actual streaming. Like streaming would just be me playing games and getting footage, or my YouTube projects. Like it would just be like a meme.
I actually have an idea for a YouTube channel, not video game related, but I think I've told you about this too. But I need some other stuff to happen before I can do it.
Can't recall on this moment, but
yeah.
I can see that.
It was about my scheme. I didn't tell you about the scheme?
You must have, I just don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I streamed this weekend, man, because you asked me to, dude, and then, like, you didn't even tune in. What the fuck, man?
I tuned in for, like, 4 seconds.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw it, I enjoyed the spin dash, I saw you finish a combo, and I'm like, good shit, and I left. I
streamed, like, I think Friday or Saturday? I streamed one day this weekend, Graham, because you asked me to stream, and so I was like, yeah, I'll stream this weekend. I'll be streaming a little bit more on the weekends this month. Oh, I didn't ping General, probably that's why. Don't you follow me? Like, don't you
always
follow?
Look for the ping.
Like, but yeah, I'll probably be streaming a lot more these weekends, because I don't, my girlfriend's not around, so I have more free time on the weekends.
Doc, charisma is an earned skill. Like there are some people who are just like born like super charismatic. I get it, but like
also it's not a requirement at all. Watch any League of Legends streamer.
Yeah, also true. The bigger requirement is that you play something that people want to watch. League of Legends being one of them, because anyone can pick it up and play it. Like
yeah, I will nominate have 11,000 subscribers. You think that guy has any charisma? And I watch his streams. I enjoy his fucking streams. You think that man has any charisma at all? That man is making $20,000 a month off of Twitch.
Yeah. But no, seriously, like, if you want to be charismatic, like, it's more about what you want, right? At least, I don't know. This is a very crank perspective, where it's just like, do what you want, and if people enjoy what you like, then let them enjoy with you. You know what I mean? Like, don't do you for you more than for other people. Maybe that's a little too real, but like the point is just like if you want to be more charismatic, then like it's an acquired skill. Like, it'll take practice. Just watch people who you think are charismatic, see what they're doing, and learn from them.
Yeah.
If you've seen any of my good commentary, which you won't find too much on Be Great, but like if you've seen any of my good commentary, a lot of that is learned from me literally with a pen and paper taking notes from watching Husky, Day 9, Artosis, Tasteless. Like I literally learned and took notes for like 4 years before I had the guts to even start commentating, and that was a mistake. I should just jumped into it and learned while I was practicing.
See, that's funny because like the way I commentate, I've just always commentated like since like the very first time I tried it, and like I haven't changed it at all.
I mean, you say this all the time, but your brain and Skullgirls fit together unnaturally well. Like you just I feel like you're just saying your thoughts and it's just Skullgirls being spewed out.
It's so sad, man. I fucking hate it. Why can't I be a well-adjusted person? Yeah, like also like success as like a fighting game streamer is like an incredibly qualified thing, right? Think about like how much any like personality or like Call of Duty, CS:GO, Fortnite, League of Legends streamer gets, like especially like the popular ones. And now like fucking the kill stage has 57 viewers right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're like Zane, right? Like probably the most successful Smash player of the quarantine era, sponsored by a major organization, like one of the best Smash players on the planet right now, like 160 viewers, right? That isn't like monetizable Twitch like numbers.
It is actually.
So,
if you average 80, it's you can monetize it.
I mean, but like it's not like make a living Twitch numbers. Sorry.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, you're totally
Yeah,
right.
like you know what I'm saying? Like so like you gotta have put context on things. Like if you want to make a living like on Twitch, like playing fighting games is like almost definitely not the way to go unless you are the one who's gonna like break that glass ceiling. Which you could be, right? Like obviously like you shouldn't listen to my opinion on doing just that, obviously, right? Because I'm someone who's clearly incapable of doing it. But I'm just saying like that this is a pretty common like set of ideas.
I mean, Graham's right. It's what I've been saying for a while, where it's like, you play fighting games for the passion. Like, you don't play it because you're trying to make money. Like, it's not the place you go for money. It's just
Again, unless you're going to be an overwhelmingly dominant champion at a mainline game.
One of my friends, oh, this was like 4 or 5 years ago. One of my friends was talking about, it's like, think about how sad it must be to be a speedrunner. I'm like, why not? Speedrunning's pretty cool. It's like, yeah, but you have one thing to look forward to, and it's being selected for GDQ, and that's about it. Like, that's your peak. And I'm like, I mean, if you put it that way, but I'm pretty sure people like speedrun because they want to do it.
Yeah, like I think that's one of the things that like makes speedrun cool is that it's like there's zero fucking like extrinsic forces to it at all. You know,
Yeah.
and like it's like, yo, if you do this, like you do this for the love, right? That's like what I've always talked about in breaking, right? Is like, dude, I think like the corporate interest in breaking is really destroying the art, and like it's, you know, like people complain about this all the time, right? Grassroots versus esports, you know, FGC versus esports type shit, you know, like it's a pretty common thing. Like, and yeah, like a lot of times that money can like push a like competitive pursuit to new heights. Like, you know, I'm certain that the level of League of Legends play would not be as high as it is if like the game wasn't as popular it is and there wasn't as much money in it. Like, that's almost for sure. Right? And like I'm sure that like the 120 star world record would be much higher than it is now if that bounty hadn't been promised and then, you know, taken away. But like, shouts to Simply, by the way. But like fucking yeah, you know, like that shit's crazy, you know what I mean? Like I think that shit's really cool that like, yo, you speedrun Katamari Damacy like for fucking 50 viewers if you're lucky, and you're just like in that shit because you're just a fucking beast, and like you just don't care. You just want to be a fucking beast for no other reason. Like, that's fucking sick, man. Right? I've said that the reason I play fighting games is for like the dopamine hit of winning. Like, there's no fucking love in it anymore, and like I really like think that's a sad existence.
Yeah. I don't know. I think some people have love for it, but like, it's one of those things where it's like, I always believe in quality over quantity, where it's like, a lot of people are like, oh man, we gotta bring fighting games to the big scene, like, think about how much you can spread the word and whatnot. And I'm like, nah, I just want to go to the arcade and play Tekken 4 with some unsuspecting asshole. Like, that's where it was. Like, I want to make friends like that. I want to meet people just naturally, organically, and like, live that culture. Like, that was me always. And there are some people who want to make fighting game scene grow, like, you know, like you said, like it might raise the level of competition and all that stuff without money on the line and all that. But like, different people love different things for different reasons, and like,
yeah, like if like all internet connections were to be lost in like forever, I'd still play Melee, man. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like if I could never see another human being in my life, I'd still probably play Melee, like in my free time.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah, dude, like. But like, it's just like being able to do something for the love is like, I think, super fucking like underrated, especially in the FGC, which is so like hyper competitive.
I think just like the last few years, I think it's gonna go back to it pretty quickly. Like the last few years, especially, we've seen this like weird exponential growth and just like this corporatization of fighting
and then the oversaturation, which you didn't believe me about, and then it fucking happened.
I knew it was gonna happen. I just didn't think it would be as severe as you said it was. Like, I knew that there was definitely way too many fighting games, but I thought, like, oh yeah, it will still mean, like, 3 or 4 popular. But I didn't realize it would just all kill each other and nothing would be popular. Like, it was...
Yeah, it's like, no, like, the pie's just gonna be the exact same size, and it'll be just split this many ways.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I definitely didn't believe that part, but, like, I did knew that it was definitely an oversaturation happening. I just didn't believe its impact would be as severe. But, regardless, like, the oversaturation happened, the bubble popped, and, like, people are going back to playing fighting games because they love to play the fighting game, not really because that's where the money is. I mean, like, it was a string of events that really caused it. Like, it kind of, I shouldn't say it started with this, but, like, when Marvel Infinite came out, or MDC Infinite came out, like, it definitely started this trend. It's like, why do we play games that we don't like? And then it, like, went from there. And then, like, when Melee got kicked out of Evo, everyone was just like, well, like, you saw this massive dip in player base. Like, so were that many people in it for the money? Like, were that many people...
Wait, Melee didn't see a dip in player base. I think it saw a dip in what's it called? In, like, pool monsters. But, like, Melee player base, I think, is as big as it's ever been.
You think so?
They track that a lot because, like, some people are super insecure about the numbers compared to Ultimate. And, like, I don't think Melee tournament attendance has gone down, like, since 2014.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure post documentary, I don't think the numbers have ever gone down.
I might want to look into that a bit because I was under the completely different impression.
I don't know anyone who actually, like, gave a fuck about, like, Melee at Evo. Like, some pros did that for, like, the money, but and just having another tournament that, like, paid really well, but I don't think anyone cared about, like, Melee at Evo for the prestige at all.
I don't think it was for the prestige by any means. I definitely thought it was for the money. Anything.
Yeah, it's always been for the money, because, like, just Melee tournaments are a lot of money, like, there aren't that many, right? Because Melee's, like, super grassroots. But yeah, it's like, now you see, like, there's more people playing Parsec Marvel 3 than there are people playing, you know, Marvel Infinite, you know what I mean? Like...
By the way, did I tell you I looked into that? I don't know if I actually had that conversation with you. I looked into the whole Parsec, using Parsec to, like, host a...
yeah, the cloud server Parsec thing?
Yeah, I don't... It's like Walmart brand Stadia is what it is. Like, they're basically using, like, an Amazon warehouse, I don't know, like AWS, like an Amazon web service, to, like, basically spin up a virtual machine and then host Marvel on there, and then both people remote desktop into it. It's like, it's fine. Like, it's a good way to get a connection between two people, but it's basically doing nothing different than, like, playing Marvel on Stadia.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's gotten to the point where everyone suddenly loves it. Everyone's like, yeah, alright, cool, this is how we're gonna make Marvel 3 fun to play online. Like, it feels a little bit backwards if you ask me, but I don't know. I don't know how bad the netcode actually was.
The netcode's apparently pretty bad, like, but yeah, I wonder what changes so much bad, because you, like, it costs money to do that shit too.
Yep.
Like,
every
that's
single time you're hitting a virtual machine, like, Amazon charges you. Or Microsoft if you're using Azure, like, same idea. Yeah,
they said, what, it's like $1 an hour or something like that?
I don't know. But, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, but that's pretty intense, man. So I didn't know. I was like, it's pretty crazy. That, like, there's actual overhead for that shit.
I think he's asking, like, what game do we want to play? For me, my first love was always Tekken. Like, my first competitive game was always StarCraft, and, like, I still have love for that. But my first, like, love in terms of fighting game is Tekken. Like, if everything vanished off the face of the earth, Tekken would be the fighting game I would play forever.
I want to play less video games, but I can't leave the house.
Unfortunate.
So that's my answer. If you're talking about, like, fighting games, Melee. But, you know, I'm playing single player games and shit. I'm playing Dragon Ball. That's fun. You know, I'm trying to learn Tekken for, like, this 4th time.
I thought I missed the final score. What was the final score between Graham and... Oh wait, never mind.
6-10.
That was the score. 6-10. 3-2. Alright, it's been reported. Good shit. Is that the first not 3-0 tournament?
That on stream, yeah. On stream, yes. There's been some.
Oh, Dry Trap versus Grey Arsenic was the 3-2.
Right. And Graham versus Dry Trap was 3-1. Yeah.
Shit. First non-3-0 of the tournament.
Same side mid. But yeah, like, yeah, I mean, I would like to play less video games, but I lack the means to right now. You know, pandemic and all that shit. There's only so much, like, working out you can do at home. And it's not like, oh, I just want to, like, play less video games. There are things I want to do besides play video games that I can't do right now.
I mean, hey, you just plug your SoundCloud, like, you can hear music, upload more than 2 songs.
First of all, 1 song, and second of all, yeah, if you want to hear the lo-fi polyrhythmic version of Zelda's Lullaby that I made last night, go ahead.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think that's a joke, I did that last night. It's the 3...
You like it?
It's fine. I wrote it as a joke one night with my girlfriend, and then I was like, what does it sound like if I record it? And then I was like, oh, sounds like I thought it would. If I take out the polyrhythmic portion, it sounds like any other fucking lo-fi video game remix, because lo-fi music is fucking trash. Like modern lo-fi music. I don't mean like the artists that everyone's trying to emulate, like Dilla and Nujabes. I mean like all that to study / relax to fucking YouTube compilation nonsense. That shit's fucking garbage sound.
You'll find a gem. Like,
every now and then, the vast majority, anything that like marketed itself or like labeled itself as lo-fi and like wasn't added post hoc to it, like is almost always fucking trash.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. Like, I'm not super into like the whole lo-fi scene or like know anybody or whatever. Like, but out of like 50, every like 30 or 40 songs I listen to, which because it's just on all the time, like I'm like, oh, that one's pretty good. That one stands out. This one's got charm to it. And I'll realize that like it's the only thing that artist made that actually had charm to it. But hey,
yeah, I count Potsu as the, I just, again, like I find them like the like rest of them, like they just sound all like the fucking same and like boring. I like is there a good lo-fi that shit that actually has just like that isn't just like clearly just trying to like badly ape Nujabes, like which is just like almost like all the shit I hear.
Wordless Talking, and there's one song I really liked, and
did I show you the one I made in 20 minutes while I was just like depressed in Boston?
No, I don't think you did.
Let me see if I can find it because it's on like my burner channel.
Pretty cool.
Fuck, where is it? This is the problem when you have all this shit on. It literally, like, to me at least, it sounds like every other, like, fucking lo-fi song. Oh yeah, here I found it. And I did the generic, like, fucking lo-fi anime, like, repeating gif. Just to get the, I put the aesthetic down and everything.
Yeah. I'll check this out.
Yeah. You know, I think that happens to a lot of genres too, right? It's just like they just like turn it like there's a lot of like vaporwave that like just sounds like it's trying to be Macintosh Plus and like doesn't have its own voice at all. Right now, there's a lot of like math rock that's like just trying to sound like Toe or like Chon or something, and like doesn't really sound like worth your time. It's like all the time, like you know, for a while there was all those funk bands that were trying to sound like Wolfpack, and it was like why?
I mean, when you first started talking about it, I was going to say where it's like I'm pretty sure that happens to like literally every genre.
Oh,
I am big into electro swing and jazz in general, right? Like I've been into jazz, and when electro swing came around, I'm like, oh, this is my shit. Because like bebop and swing were like my favorite genres. So like let's take that, add a little bit of electric to it. It sounds kind of fun. Like this is cool. A lot of it was just super generic, and I'm like, this is fine because this happens to literally every genre. Like I just expect this to happen. It's just like 1 out of like 20 songs. I'd be like, ah, there we go. There's like that's the keeper. Like that one's good.
Dude, I know this guy. He has a PhD in music, and he just released his second fusion jazz album. It's 3 hours long, and literally I listened to the whole thing. Like, because he's not like I don't consider him like a friend or anything. So like this is just me listening. Like I was like, oh, this guy like just found an album on Facebook essentially, and like. Dude, like, this guy has not had an idea that, like, Alan Holdsworth didn't have 20 years ago, like, in the entire 3 hours. And, like, this was your I knew you in, like, middle school, man. Like, you just sounded like you wanted to be Alan Holdsworth, and, like, this is just, like, I was like, why? Yeah. Like, I mean, that's a lot of the problem with, like, jazz fusion, right? Like, a lot of people just, like, sound, like, they sound too much like their inspiration, right? And it's like that's the problem with like all music, right? Like I'm not saying this to be like, oh, I'm some like font of like original music ideas that are worthwhile. Like that's not the point. I'm just saying this as someone who likes music and like can be somewhat articulate about it. That's the main problem with like finding new music for me.
I mean, game design, one of the first conversations you have where it's like, oh, someone has an idea for a game, they want you to turn it into a game, like that. Almost everybody says that, like any casual person that walks up to you. And a big conversation that like almost every game designer needs to have, it's like, oh, you got an idea for a game? Like, great, now you need like 200 more to actually make a single game. Like, you can't just have one good idea and build on it. And I feel like that applies to other just forms of creation in general, where it's like, if you have one major inspiration, that person's like a big influence to you, that's not enough to make a song. Like, you have to have several and really like build
Yeah, like anyone in any like field like has like, or any creative field has like a million like ideas, right? Like you know how many like gigabytes of like single idea segments I have like enabled in project files and shit like that. You know how many like visual artists have like unfinished Photoshop projects and shit, like, or Illustrator projects, right? Like having a single idea. Ideas are super cheap, man, right? It's like why no company like that owns an IP will ever take an unsolicited idea for like what they should do with it. Because one, it's legally bad. It was two. It's like, yeah, they like literally they have more ideas at their disposal from their network of people who like already do this shit than they will ever be able to like reasonably make in like 1,000 lifetimes.
And if you're like, and that's also what like builds onto like what makes a good game designer or music writer, whatever, composer, so on and so forth. Like, having a bunch of good ideas is the easy part. Having them all fit together and making something that like stands out and like gives it like really shows like the love you put into it and like all the inspirations that were like involved in it. That's what makes it really stand out.
Yeah, I mean, just
like when you say like 1 out of 20 songs, like that one stands out. Like that. You can tell.
Yeah, I mean, executing on them well is like the whole thing, right? And that doesn't mean like doing it yourself necessarily either, right? Like you can be an amazing composer and then like the execution part is like finding the right musicians to like actually play it, right? Or like, you know, like if a screenwriter or like a director has a great idea for a movie, right? Then a lot of his job in executing that is like getting the right cast and crew and shit, and like finding the right producers to finance it, right? Like it's like all that is part of the execution. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, yeah, like I don't know.
That goes back to like what like way early on. It's like just do what you love, and if you love it enough, it'll show.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're not good enough, you feel like you're not charismatic enough, or you don't feel like your music is there yet, I mean, just do it and grow, and people will watch you grow. Do it for you.
I said they're like I have the same opinion that I have on most lo-fi. Like I think they don't sound very original, and like kind of like that kind of singular vibe is, you know, my problem with like. It's weird to call it a genre too, like because I don't really think it meets like what I consider like genre to be, but whatever. Weird gatekeepy terms aside, like yeah, I think yeah, they're just aren't very original sounding in a genre that is very, very homogenous.
Basically, he hates your favorite band.
Yeah, I hate the bands you like. Oh my god, I can say it unironically this time. Oh man, saying that unironically is like the fucking best, dude.
I don't think I could ever say that, like, unironically. Although I have, it hurt to say it, I wasn't happy about it, but I have unironically said I would have enjoyed this music more if it wasn't as popular. And that is a shitty feeling, where it's like, because like, objectively the song is good, but the fact that it's popular is like, ruining the just cultural experience of finding that song.
Yeah, I kind of largely got over that in high school. Like, just, I don't really have like what I consider a guilty pleasure for me now is like not like oh, you know, I'm like I can like recite complicated jazz theory to you, or like I can recite like all the technical like explanations behind like guitar playing to you, but like so it's not like, oh, I listen to pop music, because I've always listened to pop music, and like I've never really hid the fact that like I love like T-Pain and like Lily Allen and like all that shit, and like J-pop and shit too. Like I guess like the only time I have like a guilty pleasure is like when I consider myself enjoying something ironically, but like I don't consider like popularity to like be a stigma anymore like I used to. Like I think that was something I used to like say that, and I just realized it wasn't even true. It was just like, oh no, I just kind of don't like what's currently on the radio, and like it's not by definition I don't like what's on the radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. And for me, it was also only one song. It wasn't like it's not like a phase or like a mood that I feel often. It was just one song where I was just like, you know, because of like the cultural influence of this song, it was actually kind of ruined just because of like whatever people liked about it and like how people were antagonizing the song, saying it's not original, parodying it, whatever. And it was just like it would have been nice if all of that was just not there and it was just like a cult of people enjoying the song. That'd been cool. That's about it.
Yeah, I think like I think like just being like, whatever, man, like I'm just gonna listen to this song is like a bad
required skill.
I think the main problem is like with like shit like that is just like they can get overplayed so fucking fast.
Yeah.
But like cause like I don't know if I've ever told you this, but the first time I ever heard Uptown Funk was at a B-boy jam.
Really? What?
And this was it's an event called Cypher Addict, so there's no competition. It's literally you're just there to like for the love, for like to be there in the scene and like just go ham. And I was like, ooh, this song's like really funky. I've never heard it before. And this very, very skilled, like he's like one of the greatest of all time, and like and he's like still good. It's not like he's an OG, some like old head who can't do it anymore. He is like insane, like to this day. Like he's still like win shit in like 2019 and stuff, right? Like he's insane. He's a super modern, super famous b-boy. I'm like, dude, he's destroying this song. I've never heard it before. How does he fucking know all the beats and shit? And he's like hitting every little bit of this song. And then I was like, damn, what the fuck is this track? And then like I just heard nothing but that song for like the next 2 years, and I was just like, oh god, I thought this was a b-boy song. I thought this was a b-boy song at one point.
I didn't know it was ever like low key enough to be at like a b-boy thing like that. Like that's kind of.
I'm sure it was incredibly popular already. I just hadn't heard it because I didn't listen to the radio in college. But the first time I heard it, right, it was just in this completely out context that it wasn't really meant for.
Yeah, for sure.
It was like this real ass hip hop shit. You know what I mean? It's just Uptown Funk. Yeah, dude.
So we got Yoko Dunson here. They're gonna be fighting JP. Actually, that would have been another $5 he would have lost, man. If you put $5 more on Graham.
Yeah, dude.
I would have definitely taken you up on that.
Dude, I think I'm done betting on Graham though. Like he's let me down once. You know, he made it back, so we're back to even. But like I think I'm done betting on Graham until he like shows a noticeable skill improvement.
Damn. All right. Well, stabbing him right where it hurts.
I mean,
I feel like we've been shitting on Graham all stream. I feel kind of bad. Like he's a cool guy. I'm glad he's been improving as fast as he has been improving. Like he for sure like went hard on this game.
Yeah.
And he won me $5 once, and it was really cool.
Yeah. And then he lost you $5 once.
Yeah, I mean it evened out.
Even with you,
winning money feels better than losing money, so I remember winning money. That's all that matters.
I don't know. Like I don't. Again, like. I just, like, the main things I really like are, like, Nujabe's, like, who's, like, the chiller side. Dilla's more, like, you know, the beats, boom bap side. Okawari's cool, but again, his stuff can be a little, like, monotonous. But I think DJ Okawari's kind of cool. Like, you know, the ones that everyone liked in, like, middle school and high school. You know, all the suburban Asian kids love that shit. There's other ones. I'm trying to go through my music library right now to see. Because I listen to a lot of stuff that's like super lo-fi. I listen to a lot of like beat makers and stuff. So if you like just like beats and shit, there's this dude called Daedalus. He makes some amazing shit. Gaslamp Killer makes some amazing shit. Obviously, there's Flying Lotus and like anything that Daddy Kev's ever worked on. That shit's all really cool. Yeah. So like that's kind of what I would say. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through my library right now, just trying to see. Again, if you like beats, this isn't lo-fi at all, but Igloo Ghost is just like super vibes, like just vibe. You just be in your fucking own head type shit all day. Yeah. And if you want the same sort of feel, but like it's not lo-fi, like listen to Kamasi Washington. He's a jazz artist, but he kind of got his name out there because he was he was one of the instrumentalists on To Pimp a Butterfly, that really popular Kendrick Lamar album. And listen to his album The Epic. It is like it's got that kind of vibe. That's a really good one to go on. It's like pretty straight like jazz, but it's that same sort of like really slow, like low key vibe. And also, he has a music video with Gutex in it. On his not on that album, but on a later album. Too bad Gutex is like a crazy person now. You see that shit?
I have not.
Yeah, Gutex is like a super like anti-mask, like why aren't we using hydroxychloroquine? The pandemic is over, like guy, like alt-right propaganda websites and shit. Yeah.
How does this happen?
It's insane. Yeah, and I'm like, dude, is PogChat canceled?
It's like it reminds me. It's like a weird, just like ceremonious broken window. You know what I mean? Where it's like everyone will just be like, oh, that person's cool, that person's great, and then they'll like break the window and you'll find out that they're an alt-right maniac, and it's just like, well, all right, I guess they're out the window. Like it's gone. Like they broke a barrier and there's no coming back from it.
Yeah. Also, by the way, speaking of global Twitch emotes, Hassan Chop is no longer a global Twitch emote.
Why not?
He got fired from Twitch for being a like sexual harasser, abuser, predator type dude.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
So yeah, because he was like a Twitch employee, I believe, and a streamer. So I think apparently they've removed it as a global emote.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking nuts, man. It's like Lab Zero's not a company anymore, really. Like PogChamp is canceled.
You hear that? Like anyone who was left in Lab Zero like got fired.
Yeah, I saw that tweet today from that Persona Sama or whatever his name is. Yeah. Again, as someone who knew Mike personally, it's a kind of a trip. Again, like I don't think me and Mike were like very close or anything, but like we were friendly. You know what I mean? So like, it is super weird, you know.
Like I said, it's always like if you know a person, you like kind of get along with them, and they go off the deep end, and it's just like they just keep on going. And you're like, oh, all right, well, I guess that happens.
I mean, like before, like it wouldn't be like this type shit. You know what I mean? Like, I guess like the closest like life experience, like more common life experience I can equate this to is like finding out like your homie's like in jail for like something that's like not something you can get behind, you know. It's not like, oh, I got caught selling drugs or something. It's like, nah, like I beat up like someone at my job or some shit, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get you.
Like, I was just like, man, I don't know if I can like really fuck with that. You know, like I can't get behind you anymore after that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that I guess is like what I'm like emotionally equated to, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think it's finding out people who you like on the internet are bad people who have done horrible things. It's just a weird situation, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's just weird, like, I don't know. Like, Lab Zero is like finally stabilizing, and they like learned their lessons when it came to money and everything. They're like, all right, we're gonna pay people like a living salary now. Like, this is a kind of a cool idea. There are already bad signs though, because like Mike would talk about like how basically like he was working like hella overtime, and like that was the right thing to do if you wanted to actually get anywhere in game dev and all that. It's like, damn, have you like never worked in a healthy workplace before? That was a conversation we had on Get Great, for those of you guys who are wondering. There is a VOD of that out there. But like, to see him just like go off the deep end and just like rapid fire fuck up everything for everybody that was like really enjoying the company, it's just goofy.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks, man. Like, cause like after you like hear all the stories too, you're like, yeah, I can see that. You know what I mean?
That's the worst
I'm just
part.
like,
It's like, how did I not see this coming?
shit. Yeah, it's like, I like you kind of like, I wish this was more surprising. You know what I mean?
It's such a
just
weird
like-
feeling, because it's like, on one hand, it's like, yeah, I wish this was more surprising. On the other hand, it's like, how did I not notice that this was clearly a problem? What happened?
I mean, like, I
don't.
I don't know if there's like culpability, like on, you know, it's like I don't think we were culpable for like Lab Zero's work environment.
Absolutely not. That's not my point. I'm not saying it's like, oh shit, like we should have stopped it or anything. I'm just like I should have been like at some point or another where I'm like, that's toxic work nature. Like that's not okay. You shouldn't be doing that shit. But instead I'm like, oh, it's just Mike being Mike. Like what the fuck? Like what happened?
Yeah,
Why did
I guess like the way I would have rationalized is like, well, he definitely can't like work that way in a workplace where he's expected to be a leader, right? Like,
yeah, I guess that's true. Like I just assume that he's like actually a normal person when he needs to be a normal person, but
because that was always the idea, is like he's worked in like for big companies, right? Like and had to do pretty serious work. So I always assumed that just like kind of translated to like a level of professionalism.
regardless, like
yeah.
before we get too deep into that, like ladies and gentlemen, and everyone, just congratulations to JP. Fantastic.
Can't believe you guys let him win with that team. That's so upsetting.
You didn't win the money tournament.
I don't have a playlist. If you want to DM me, I can show you. I can throw you some artists your way. If you want to DM me, go ahead. Yeah, I don't have a playlist or anything though. I can just let you know some artists.
Sounds cool. So congratulations to your local Johnson Graham for getting second and third respectively. You guys played fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Don't lie to the people. He's just a child, man. Don't feed him lies about his level of play. I literally said I will not bet on him anymore, man. Like, come on, dude.
Hey, I said that was harsh, man. I called you out on that right away. It's
okay.
Live.
Hot take on JP's team. I mean, there's a classic. You're playing Trio Fukuwa. Like, you know that's as bad an idea as I do. You're playing Trio Fukuwa with Parasol, so there's my classic line, you're allergic to doing damage. And, you know, like, what do you want from me, man? These takes write themselves. There's nothing, I can't even have an original, here's my hot take. My hot take is, this is such a bad team that I can't even have an original thought about it.
Shit.
There we go. There we fucking go. I spun the unoriginality into originality.
That's a mic drop moment number 2. Like, you could have just literally just left, like, it's like, alright, I'm done, and then just left the call.
You know what it is, soundcloud.com/KenTheG. We end this bitch. End the stream, Craig. End the stream. SoundCloud.com/KenTheG.